Hey everybody, it's Jen. Welcome back to Joyful Living. Today I am bringing you a spring favorites video. I have not done a video like this in a minute, so I have a lot of things to share with you. Some of them are things you can purchase. A couple of them are things you don't purchase at all. And I hope it's just gonna be really fun for both of us. So I'm really glad you're here. Okay, before I get started, I am doing a giveaway over on my Disney Focus channel. So if you have not had a chance to enter that yet, this video will, Lord willing, go up Thursday evening, and that giveaway runs until Sunday. So you still have time to go and enter. And so I just wanted to say that at the outset. And then also I have a huge announcement coming up about halfway through this video. So you're definitely gonna wanna stick around for that. So if this is your first time, I'm Jen. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, my kids are grown, I travel a lot, my husband's a pilot, and I just like sharing and communicating here on YouTube. I don't do sponsored posts. I really pride myself in that. And so everything that I have bought today to show you, I've purchased with my own money. I think I might have one affiliate link, but usually it's like that's, I don't let the tail wag the dog, if that makes sense. I buy a product, and then if I love it, I share it with you. And if there's an affiliate link available, I will give you that, but that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna recommend things that I don't have an affiliate link for. So, you know, that was a lot of words. So the first thing we're gonna start with is food related. And I do not have an affiliate link, but they do have like a regular customer rewards program. So if you sign up, I think I get free bread. And what it is has blown my mind. We started getting it, I wanna say in November or December, and it is the Wild Grain Baking Company. And what happens is, y'all, every month they deliver a box of bread to your door that you stick in your freezer. And then when you're ready for the bread, you bake it. So I have some footage here for you of the croissants. My favorites so far with them have by far been the croissants, the sourdough bread. They make a chocolate chunk cookie that is to die for. It is not cheap, okay? I think I pay $89 a month for the bakery box. And what I love is you can go in and substitute. They send you an email and you can say, I want this, I want that, I don't want this, I don't want that. I have a child that has a nut sensitivity. So, well, I mean, he's a young adult, but he's at my house a lot. So we don't get any of them with nuts, but they also offer pasta. Great company, small company. I have had great experiences with everything showing up still frozen. And I mean, I clearly, I don't do like gluten-free or paleo or anything even close to that. The girl loves her bread. So whenever, especially like, you know, if the boys will come home unexpectedly or whatever, to have that I can instantly put that in the oven and, you know, 20, 30 minutes later, I have a fresh loaf of bread or I have fresh cinnamon rolls or whatever the case may be. I love this service. It is like making, I cannot say enough good things. When I'm having a bad day, I will stick in a loaf of sourdough. It fills the house, and then put some butter on that, and it is the jam. So 2 thumbs way, way, way up. I will put my like regular customer rewards link down below, but I was hesitating to share with you guys until I was sure that I did it for several months. And oh man, it just makes my day. So if you're not someone who you know, if you're not celiac, or if you're not someone that has to worry about gluten, and if you're into carbs like I am, that is gonna be your new best friend. Okay, the next thing is also a product. And again, this is a product that I've been using for several months and I didn't want to recommend to you until I was sure I really liked it. A little bit of background. It's a nail product. I am a person who, when I am under stress, I pick at my cuticles and my nails. I have not been successful growing out my nails ever. I got gels for a while, but I don't like the gels. I feel like it's sensitive to my cuticles. I have a history of skin cancer. I just didn't want to mess with the UV light and all that. So I was looking for something I could do at home. I tried a couple of different brands, even ones that I've mentioned, but I constantly had this problem of like the nail polish is peeling off and I could not find a solution. So I started using Dazzle Dry. Now, the first time I started using Dazzle Dry, I didn't like it. But then I found out I was using it wrong. I am really bad about not following the directions. I don't know, is this you? Are you like this at all? And then you find out that the reason the thing isn't working for you is because you weren't following the directions. Yeah, that's me. So I watched their YouTube video, and what I was doing wrong was, let me show you the whole system first. I do not have an affiliate link, or I don't think even a rewards link for them. So I will get nothing if you buy this, but I am so happy with it. So first of all, let me show you my nails. Now I did these on Saturday, okay? And there are no chips. There are no, like, you can't even, what do they say? I'm shook. Like, I cannot get over how long this manicure lasts. I've been able to get about 10 days. Now, granted, I went with like a closer to my skin color, so you don't really notice when it grows out at the base, but I have never had nail polish stay on like this. And I've never had it stay like this shiny and good looking. And the other thing is, I tend to bite at my nail polish like a fifth grader and like bite it off. This like won't come off. So it keeps me from doing that. And I have not been biting my nails. I'm so excited. Okay. So the first step is the nail prep. And this system is not cheap. I think the starter system that I got is $80, but you'll get a lot of manicures out of the $80. And you have to follow the instructions. You have to wash your hands first, follow all the step-by-step things they tell you to do. You use this nail prep to kind of scrub the nails. And I think this is like the secret sauce because it gets rid of any of the oil on your nails that tends to be what keeps the polish from adhering. And then this is the base coat. Now, what I was doing wrong was, and this is the one part of it that I don't love, but you have to put this in hot water for like a minute every time you go to do your manicure. Because see how it's cloudy? It won't work if it's cloudy like this. It has to be crystal clear, and you achieve that by filling up, I just fill up a cup with like an inch of hot water and I stick it down in there and just make sure it's sealed real tight so that water doesn't get into the actual bottle. So you have to do that step. If you use it like this, it doesn't work. So the first time I tried this system and I ordered the little samples and I didn't like it, that was the problem I was having. So there's that. And then this is the color that I chose. I don't know what this one is called. I'll put the number, see if I can see it. Oh, it's called Prima Ballerina. I didn't even know that's what it's called. That's perfect. So it's called Prima Ballerina. This is the color. It's just this really, really light pink. It is somewhat translucent. I don't know if that's reading on camera, but you can't, it almost looks a little bit, see if I can do that, a little bit like a French manicure because you can see it a little bit. And then the top coat. Now the thing is, this stuff dries wicked fast. I've been stunned at how quickly it dries. And once the top coat is dry, you can do everything right away. There's none of that. I always struggled with like sheet marks if I tried to do my nails at night, or it would smudge. None of that. So I'm going to start to sound like I work for them, and I swear to you, I don't. But this has changed my life, and I actually feel like for the first time in my adult life, I have decent looking nails, and I'm not having to go to the salon to get them. So Dazzle Dry, love, 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 love. Did I say that I love? I love. Okay, so the next thing is skincare related, and then I'm going to get into the free things. Because I don't do a lot of these because I don't like to encourage you guys to spend a lot of money. But when it comes to certain things about our life, you're going to have to buy things anyway. So this is just by way of me sharing what I'm loving. But y'all, if you followed my, when I did Vlogmas, I did the Elemis advent calendar, and that hooked me on to Elemis products. And I've been using 3 products of theirs in particular for several months now. Love them. Like, I love the way they feel going on my skin. I love the smell. I've mentioned before, I was first introduced to Elemis on the Disney Cruise Line. I use their Muscle Ease, like to, massage sore muscles, and I just love it. And so I've been using the cleansing balm to remove my makeup. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like. A little bit, I've had this jar since January. So a little bit goes a really, really long way. And then I've been using the Pro Collagen Marine Cream, and this is the SPF 30. Now, I do use an additional sunscreen because, again, I do have a history of skin cancer, and I don't want to make it sound like I've had skin cancer. I've had multiple things removed off my body that were, as my dermatologist calls it, busy. So they had cells in them that looked like they could become cancerous. So I have to go to my dermatologist every 6 months, and I have to be absurdly diligent about sunscreen. And I need to start using it on my hands. I should have used it on my hands like all along, but anyway, I digress. So I use this, but then I also use another sunscreen. I use the, what's it called? Ulta MD, I think, on top of this, but this goes down first. I love this product. Again, it smells amazing. It's just creamy like this. Again, I've had this one since December. It's almost out. I'm about due to get a new one. And then I just got, about a month ago, the Pro Collagen Oxygenating Night Cream. And a little goes a long way. Now, I will warn you in advance, stuff ain't cheap, okay? I mean, you can definitely spend more for skincare. This is pricey. Try not to buy it on Amazon. I get mine from Nordstrom. This is a British company. Try not to buy it on Amazon. I find a lot of the skincare on Amazon is fake. So I'm going to give you the link to Nordstrom below, but I think either Sephora or Ulta also carries it. So definitely shop around to find the best price. And you can get it through Elemis directly. And sometimes they have specials and things like that. So because this is so on the high end side, definitely shop around. But, you know, I was always so cheap about my skincare, and I would always just get, I used Oil of Olay forever. I still would use Oil of Olay if I hadn't have found this. It is pricey, but man, you guys, the smell on this and the way it makes my skin feel, I'm a huge fan. I absolutely love it. And now, has it changed my skin? I'm a little weird about, like, first of all, I hate the word anti-aging in products. Like, we look like what we look like, and aging is 95% genetic, and very little of it is what you put on your skin. So when people tell you if you use this or you use that, you're gonna look so much different, it's not true. Like, it might look different in the moment, but outside of surgery, there isn't a skincare product that is gonna drastically change your skin. It just doesn't exist. So I'm a big fan of go with what feels good, what you feel like is hydrating for your particular skin type, and what smells good. I'm a sucker for a good smell, so loving the Elemis, and I will link that below. All right, now we're gonna move on to some things that cost no money at all. Hooray! So I think I've mentioned this before, and that is Glennon Doyle's We Can Do Hard Things podcast. I've listened to it periodically. Those of you who don't know who Glennon Doyle is, do yourself a favor, look her up, get her books. She is just light and life in this world, and I'm so grateful for her voice. I have been following her since before her divorce, before she was with Abby, before she came out as gay, and her progression and mine, minus the coming out as gay part, because I love my husband, but the progression of more like her faith journey and her enlightenment and her realization that the kind of patriarchal evangelical system that she had been raised in was not how she wanted to live her life, has really been my own path as well. And so I love her podcast. She is with her wife, Abby. A lot of the time she's also with her sister. They just did like a double date with Jen Hatmaker and her new boyfriend. It's just, I listen to it when I'm walking, and I just love it. So I will put the link below. If you look up Glennon Doyle, We Can Do Hard Things, you'll find it on all the places that you listen to podcasts, and I think you'll really, really love her. And then another podcast that I'm going to start listening to, it's not really true, I probably won't listen to it, is my podcast. So this is the big announcement. My friend Liam and I, we've been friends for a while. He's been saying for months now, years really, I want to do a project together. Liam is a lot younger than me. He's super sweet. He's a full-time cast member at Disney. He's an entertainer. He's a singer. We adore each other. If you've seen my trip vlogs at Disney, he's been in a couple of them over the years, and we are just really, really good friends. So he has a background in podcasting, and I'd wanted to do a podcast forever, but I couldn't take on one more thing. Plus, I just didn't have the skill set, right? Like, I didn't know all the things that were involved. And Liam was like, hey, what if we do this podcast together? And what we're going to be basically talking about is the magic of Disney, but also mental health, balance, kind of how do you find that magic of Disney in your daily life, places that we find joy. We just recorded our first episode yesterday, And I am so hoping that what you guys hear is as beautiful and encouraging as what I experienced it recording it. And that is no BS. Like we had a ball recording it. And when the time was over and I realized that we had been talking to each other for over an hour and we covered all kinds of topics from all different things. Like my hope is that you're going to enjoy this podcast, even if you're not a Disney person, but I'm not going to go on and on anymore about that. This is Thursday when you're seeing this video. The first one will go up on Saturday. It will also be available here on YouTube. It's going to have its own YouTube channel. So if you want to actually watch us, you can. I think there's like a little cute promo video on there now, but you'll also be able to find us. Well, actually you can find us right now everywhere that you listen to podcasts. Just search for, should have given you the title in the beginning, Unlimited Time Magic with Jen and Liam, and it will pop up. I'll also put the link down below so you can find it. I'll put the link to the link tree because then you can find all the different ways that you can be part of that. But I have not been this excited about something since I started my YouTube channel. I feel like this is something that I've longed to do. It very much suits how I like to communicate. It's why I like long form things. I like long form video. I like long form podcasts. I like listening to that. I like watching that. So this just floats my boat, as they say. And the fact, it was weird too, because I just said to Scott last week, I know that the next thing is coming, but I can't do it on my own. I have to have a partner. I have to have somebody join with me to do it. And it was literally 2 days later that Liam reached out about the podcast. So I'm so grateful for him. And yeah, I hope that you'll listen. All right, now the last favorite thing that I'm going to talk about today is my new obsession, which is the rescue organization I have been working with, which is Great Pyrenees of Atlanta. Now, here's the thing, and it's GPRA, so it's Great Pyrenees Rescue of Atlanta. I will put all their information below if you are in Georgia or if you can travel to Georgia. As you all know, we lost our sweet Max in December, and Max, we had Great Pyrenees. We've had a Great Pyrenees rescue, at least one, in our home for well over 20 years. Okay. And not having a Great Pyr in our home has really been hard for me. It is not the right time for us to get another animal right now. A lot of you know Walter has been having a ton of health struggles. We are still struggling through with him. Today is a good day, so we're just fighting through. We have Scooby, who is a little touch and go with dogs he doesn't know. So it's just not the right time for us, but I knew I wanted to be around Great Pyrenees. So I reached out to see how they were, gathering volunteers. At the same time, I was looking for something to volunteer that had nothing to do with YouTube or my regular job, where I could meet people and get out of the house and because I love talking to you guys, but it does get a bit isolating, and it would just get me out into the community and all of those things. So we keep a bunch of them at a place called Pet Lodge here in my town, and they needed walkers. So what I do now is once or twice a week, I go down and I have my crossbody bag filled with treats, and I have a leash, and I walk the Great Pyrenees, and it usually takes me 2 to 3 hours to do it, but it is just joy. And they're rescues, and so they come and go, right? Because as soon as they have a foster home or they get adopted, they're not there anymore. So this is just, I think of it as like I'm walking them, preparing them for their forever family. There is an adoption event on Saturday. So if there's any chance that you're watching this and you live in the Atlanta area and you've ever thought about getting a Great Pyrenees, you want to reach out to them in advance, because obviously there's a whole process. You have to apply to adopt, and we have adoption counselors that will try to fit you with the right dog for you. And that's really true of any rescue organization. But as I think you guys are probably aware, during the pandemic, a lot of people got dogs. And now what we're experiencing, and this isn't just the one that I work with, this is all rescue organizations. A lot of people are dumping those dogs, and it's devastatingly sad. We get a lot of dogs where people move and they basically just let them loose in the neighborhood, and then people call our organization and we give them medical care and we shelter them. And it's obviously it is a no-kill rescue. We get a lot of dogs from shelters in the area. If they get a Great Pyr, they know to call us. But really right now, if you're considering a dog, please, please, please adopt, don't shop. This is a fantastic time to get a rescue dog. A lot of them are around a year old, which means they're already housebroken. They know basic commands. I have my friend Coral just got a puppy, and she's like, now she did get a rescue puppy, but every day she's like, what? Tell me again why I got a puppy. Why did I get a puppy? Puppies are adorable, but they are so much work. And an older dog, and not even, yes, of course, an older, like a senior dog, but even a dog that's just a year or two old, I mean, that can still be part of your family for, a decade or more. And they're already so lovable and wonderful. And yeah, so anyway, walking these dogs is one of my spring favorites. It has brought me so much life, so much encouragement, so much perspective. Because during a time when the world is in so much chaos, if you can go and walk a rescued dog, I mean, mind blown. That will just make your entire day. And I find, like, when I drive over there, if I'm feeling stressed and anxious, and then I spend 2 or 3 hours walking these dogs and petting them and brushing them, and they're so sweet and grateful. And then some of them aren't sweet and grateful, right? Because some of them we get in and they're scared and they're nervous and they're anxious and they don't know what the heck is going on. So I'm able to just sort of provide a minute of like peace and like, it's going to be okay and you're going to be all right. And oh my gosh, I get very emotional thinking about it. So rescued dogs, spring favorite. And that is how we are going to end our spring favorites time today. Boy, we really covered the gamut, didn't we? We covered everything from bread to nail polish to skincare to podcast to rescued dogs. And where else on the internet are you going to find that kind of variety? So just remember, I do not do sponsored posts. So this video, as well as all of my videos, are brought to you by my patrons. I love you dearly. You are why I'm able to do what I do. If you're interested in becoming one of my patrons, I will put the link below. We would love to have you. Whatever you're doing today, I hope you're finding joy. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.